I never had a hernia and I don't want one.
All of a sudden, what fell into the water? I think it was my left one.
Hi, Petey.
Hi.
What are we doing today?
Clamming.
Clamming 101.
Brian right now is out there trying to find some clams in the water.
Here's our motor.
It almost looks like there's a slot right here.
What up, friends? The Battle Axe. Out here in beautiful Harker's Island, out on the Sound. Harker's Island lighthouses, some horses over there. Hope you can see them. We are going clamming.
Yeah, buddy. It's one of those days. It's a little bit overcast. Good clamming day. Got some clam recipes I've been thinking about. Got Petey with me. Mama's with me. We're gonna get to doing some clamming. Last time I did a clamming video, you couldn't see half of it, so I thought I'd remake it. This is our little spot in here. On the other side of this grass is a football field of mud. We always have great luck here. And y'all stay tuned and we'll see what we can find. This is a clamming environment.
And anybody who's from around here, if you know, you know, you know. I guess you know. All right.
Now,
Pete, show what happened.
Petey came out of his shoes in the mud.
That happens out here. All right, here's the technique.
The technique is find some clams. And once you find them, and how am I finding it?
Just like this. With my good old 2 feet.
I'll find them. When I find a few in a row, then I start my grid, which is quite a workout. I have found my first clam, I think. I can feel it with my toes. I go down, I move my foot. Oh, wasn't a clam. Holy cow, I'm out of practice. Must be out of practice. Petey's already on clam number 2 and I ain't found one yet. What? All right, let's try this one. Perfect size. Ooh, she's a beauty. It's a double. Oh yeah. I believe I will start my typewriter. And here's what I do once I start finding them. I lay down a grid. Oh, there's one right under my toe right there.
Now the fun starts. The grid. Oh, there's one right there. It's a little one. And there's one under this. Oh! It didn't get on the GoPro. One under this toe. Feels like a little one. Yeah, he's a baby. There's another one. There's another one. Oh, they're all up in here. I'm getting them everywhere. I think I had one under my heel and under my other foot when I moved. That's a baby. There's one right there. And I just keep working this grid. That was an oyster shell. You can tell the clam because it's soft. It's not, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not sharp. Another baby. Like when you get on an oyster shell or something, it's actually sharp. But the clams are not. Oh, look at this gargantuan. Hey babe, here's one of your quahogs. My wife calls these quahogs, and what they do in Rhode Island is they chop them up and they make stuffies out of them. And a stuffy is clams baked with, ground up, baked with chorizo and some sort of stuffing. Now let's go back to my grid. And anyways, they bake these clams and they're delicious. You know how you go into the gas stations around here and you get chicken livers? Well, in Rhode Island you get stuffies. Another little one. Yeah, I'm on them too. There we go. Nice one right there. Another one right there, but I believe it's a small one. Yeah, he might make it. So the clams have to be an inch wide at the widest point. That's the law, I believe, as I understand it. I'll check it again. Hey Lynn, you want to come and get these? They're burying back in.
They're coming.
Good calf workout.
There's another one.
That one's so small. Yeah, he's too small. There's your quahog.
Yep.
See that one burying in right there?
Right here.
Out in front. Towards me. Yeah. Ooh. Bunch of little ones in here.
Yeah, we threw some little ones back. Here.
There you go.
Oh, no, Pete, I didn't see where yours went. Oh, right here.
Ooh. Big one right there. It's a perfect size one right there. Whew. Something is moving down there. Whew. Everywhere you step. Everywhere you step. And there's a picture of my grid.
Yep.
All right, we're going to fill up with clams here. And then, let's see.
The age-old question. Who's dirtier, the clams or the clammers?
Clammers.
I think
The clam catcher.
Yeah, you were catching them all right.
I was catching the ones you were throwing me.
When we throw them.
Yeah.
Look, I got one under each foot right now.
Get it.
And we're trying to get out of here, and we can't.
Hey.
That's a big old boy. And there's one under here. He's a deep one. Oh, he's a little guy. All right, I'm done catching clams. You done catching clams, Petey?
I'm done.
Lindia, are you done catching clams? All right.
I didn't catch them. Well, I caught them.
You caught them when we threw them to you. Right.
But look at all, I got mud in my hair.
And here's our,
Mud in my hair.
so what'd we do? What's that spot? 40 by 20? Probably 40 by 20, and we got at least a half a bucket of beautiful clams.
I'll let Brian carry that.
We're gonna
one.
rinse them in a
This
minute
one we can throw
when
that.
we get to the boat.
You can't help but find them on the way out.
Yep.
Whew. Best calf workout. Aaron Rodgers, you get your butt down to North Carolina. We're gonna work that Achilles, get you back in shape. No more of these what did Aaron Rodgers have? An unexcused absence? No more of that crap. Get down here. We're gonna work your Achilles out. No prob. Look, there's part of a horseshoe crab. The top of it. Find all kinds of stuff walking out here. A lot of times I'll net bait in here because it gets captured. Well, it used to get captured. This whole area has changed since we were out here last year. Totally different. It's amazing how storms and stuff of that nature changes the landscape.
As soon as you can float the bucket,
It gets a little easier. There's the battle axe with her new 90 horse Johnson, new to me. Petey and I bought that motor at auction, and it had exactly 0 hours on it. It had been sitting in a warehouse for 30 years. Rebuilt the cards, new water pump, changed the filters. She runs like a top. And I also got another one. So this is a great thing.
Petey over there taking a break. Not bad for...
Petey, how old are you?
How old are you, Pete?
What?
How old are you?
He's deaf too.
77, I'll be 78 in
Come on.
July 17th.
He'll be 78 July 17th. Crazy! If I can walk around like that and clam at 78, I'll be a lucky man.
They're like in their 90s.
He's filming. He would like to pay attention.
The best kind of water to drink after clamming? Colorado water.
Yeah.
Or hard cider.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To a good day clamming. You know, people pay a lot of money for dirt. Mud bass, is that what they do? Mud bass? All right.
About 117 is what I counted without the cohort.
117. That's 10 dozen. How long did that take us?
Maybe an hour. I got the small ones in here. He had to light that damn cigar and come right next to us, didn't he, Pete? Didn't he?
Well, then he put the damn
right.
dirty water in my crotch.
That's not the first time you've had dirty water in your crotch, I'm
Get
sure.
it, Pete, get it.
All those jungle stories you tell me.
10 dozen, plus we got maybe a dozen quahogs, maybe a little less than a dozen quahogs. So, pretty good. 9 and 3. Hey. Mine are nice and clean.
So are mine.
As clean as mine. Just kidding.
There you go.
Nice.
Some of those beautiful Shackle for Banks horses.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
More horses over there. I'll have to zoom in by where the lighthouse is. I gotta back out of here.
Gonna pull up this buoy right here. We're gonna pull this buoy, see what we got.
Here.
Lift her up. Come on. Just hold it.
I don't think it's coming. Need some? You want some oysters?
I don't want oysters.
That ain't gonna happen.
She was tied down to the bottom somehow.
No, the trap has probably got sand on
That's what I
top.
mean.
I was gonna say you keep pulling on there.
It's just gonna pull you in.
No. He'll be dropping his. He'll be dropping a couple of things out of his bait.
I never had a hernia and I don't want one.
All of a sudden, what fell into the water? I think it was my left one. Oh, you're saving the big ones for last?
No, I cleaned them. I'm just putting them separate because those I'm going to make quahog with. Those you have to cut them up.
The work don't stop at digging clams, does it?
Doesn't. Nope.
Gotta wash them all off and then get them ready for some good dinner coming tonight. Or in just about 10 seconds in YouTube land. That's what 10 dozen clean clams looks like.
And there's our clams
Gonna
for
be
our
some goodies.
stuffies.
There's the old quahog clams right there. For y'all in Rhode Island. Here's an interesting change of events. 95% of the time I do the cooking. But there's some things that my wife does that's just a whole lot better than me. And one of them's a clam boil.
Good old clam boil.
Good old clam boil. What you got going there?
This is not going to be the traditional clam boil the way that I'm used to doing it because I don't have all the ingredients, so we're going to improvise.
Okay.
Okay?
It is Harker's Island.
Harker's Island. So first I'm going to get my clams and I'm going to get them in the pot. I'm going to be putting more, so I'm just putting some in. Get a few more in there. These are nice and cold.
Well, that's good.
And I rinse them multiple times. And I brush them in an effort to get all the muck off of them. There's a couple dozen more in there.
These are the saltiest clams we've ever had here at Harker's Island, so we try and rinse them in fresh water.
You gotta scrub them well and rinse them in fresh water. Now put my potatoes in. We doubled up on the potatoes because we like the leftovers. Leftover taters. Not getting that. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna put my meat in. I don't have any Portuguese chorizo. That's a message to my family.
Oh.
Send me some.
Next,
so I'm using
next car
andouille.
from Rhode Island.
Yeah, I'm using andouille sausage so that we get something with a little bit of a bite. I want some hot dogs, so I'm using all beef, Angus beef Nathan's. This is a clam boil for 4, so I'm not putting as many things as I normally would
And
in it.
those are breakfast sausages.
This is breakfast sausage. You gotta put some breakfast sausage in. Put my corn on the cob in. And my sister taught me this, Rochelle, onion on top. When the onion's done, the clam boil's done. Some people cook their boil in water. Some people cook their boil.
Some people don't.
Some people cook their boil in beer. I like to use beer. And any light beer will do. You don't have to use all beer, but I do use quite a bit of beer.
That's Colorado mountain water.
Colorado mountain water right there. I need my opener. You want enough to cover the clams, basically. If it's a boil, you got to boil something. So I want to cover my clams and get some of my potatoes covered. The rest, it's fine. It can steam. And if you don't have enough beer, that's a shame. But you could always add water, or some people like chicken stock. I tend to use mostly beer.
The clams are going to be drunk.
Ooh, they're going to taste so good.
The drunken clam.
It's going to be so good. Yeah, that's enough. This is enough for what I'm looking for. If you want to look in here, you can put the camera in.
Hey now.
See? So the corn will steam, everything else will boil. When this is done, we get this going. Take about an hour. Good stuff.
Alright, and now we let her boil.
Ooh! I forgot. Too late?
No.
Mama likes crushed red.
Oh, crushed red in there.
Ooh, yeah. I like a healthy serving of crushed red. Yeah. All right. We'll check in on her later. 23.
Here's an interesting clamster. He's got another little thing growing on him.
A little thing.
Never seen that before. These are the...
It's not growing on them. It's just a shell that's attached.
These are going to be stuffies
Stuffies. Yep.
someday. Maybe another recipe.
Tomorrow.
A little extra for the neighbor.
Gotta
We're
feed
good
the
to go.
neighbor. Right?
It's been about an hour.
About an hour. Got my butter all melted.
Butter melted.
Yep. Gonna soak the clams in. Yep. Look. Onion.
Delicious.
She's translucent. It's already lost the inside of it. That's it.
Delicious.
Delicious. We're gonna serve.
And to the plate, as I like to say.
To the plate.
But we're going to the platter.
That's right. Get yourself ready.
You know, when you get to a certain age, your eyes start going. And I thought I was hitting a different icon on my GoPro. And I deleted the last file, which was us eating this delicious clam boil. And it was delicious. So for that, I apologize. But I think you got the gist. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for everything y'all do, because it's kind of why we do it. And we'll see you again on our next fishing trip. Got some tuna fishing coming at you, probably, hopefully, if we don't get blown out, in a week. Next Tuesday. Tuesday's going to be my release date from now on, I think, because I like Tuesday at 6 o'clock. So y'all stick around. Thanks for joining. Take care.